Welcome to the amazing digital circus. My name is Samantha. Okay, guys, so remember like 6 months ago I made a video drawing and summarizing the amazing digital circus, but I'd never seen it. Now I have seen it and I really liked it. So we're doing another challenge, drawing the amazing digital circus characters from memory. Guys, this is my toxic confession. Well, it's not toxic, it's just sad. I have like memory problems. Like genuinely, after I haven't seen something in one day, it falls out of my head entirely. So I made sure I didn't look at any digital circus characters for like a whole day, so that way I could do this amazing challenge. And we'll see how well I remember them, because I've been really involved in the fandom, like really involved. And I've even drawn a few of the characters in the past. I drew Pomni, Zooble, Jax, and Gangle, and doodled Ragatha and stuff. So I was like, this should be easy. So starting off with drawing Pomni, guys. Just, I prepare yourself, okay? It's really bad. I warned you, I have memory problems. I had to like, why is she so white? Why did I draw her so white? Okay, don't worry though. Don't worry, like white isn't Caucasian. Guys, she's supposed to be like white as a piece of paper. And don't worry, I will show you what the actual characters look like, so you can compare. Yeah, I don't know why this happens to me. This happens to me with all movies and TV shows and stuff. Like, if I don't watch them for, like, just a few months, I immediately forget everything about it, and I can watch it again and have the same joy and whimsy I did as the first time. And be like, wow, guys, this plot twist is amazing. And it'll be like, girl, you already saw this 3 times. I don't know why. I don't know. This is just something that's always happened to me. Okay, so, Pomni, I was like, when I drew her, I drew a bunch of like headshots of characters for stickers, and that was when I drew Zooble, Pomni, Jax, and Gangle, and I meant to do everyone, but I didn't finish. And then I've done some like doodles and stuff of some other characters in the past, and like full bodies of Jax, because I drew that for my video 6 months ago, full body of Jax. And I really like, I play games with my friends and we draw digital circus characters a lot, so I was like, okay, girl, we gotta lock in. Something was wrong with this outfit, so I gave her long pants, and then I was like, no, it has to be shorts. I don't know why I was giving her long pants, but the problem is somehow I did not apply that to the top. The top is also supposed to be short sleeves, and I didn't change it. I don't know why. Also, I invented this white ruffles thing. That's not real. I think like the eyes are like kind of close. I was like, she has the eyelashes on the top and the bottom, and I knew she had puffy sleeves, and I just couldn't figure out how to incorporate them, because I was like, I know the outfit also has yellow, red, and blue, but it was just going over my head. I could not figure it out. It's like in my brain, logically, like if I close my eyes, I'm like, oh yes, that is Pomni. But then if I try and like translate what's in my brain to the paper, it's like I forgot everything I ever learned. I do not know why I could not figure out how these stripes could work. And so then I added this bow, and I knew the bow wasn't real. But I was like, we have to do something. Sometimes, you know, if your brain is so off, you have to do the best that you can. And I gave her little jester shoes. I was like, that's cute. They could be different colored shoes. And when I started realizing that she's not supposed to be Caucasian, so then I make her more white, and I was like, I'm pretty sure she's supposed to have blush, so I added some blush. Yeah, I was like, I knew things were wrong, so here I made her way more white, like, and I think that did help. And then I was like, I have to add shading because she's just disappearing. Anyway, so here's the finished Pomni, guys. It's the star of the amazing digital circus. That's what she's supposed to look like. Okay, we gotta move on past this. We gotta move on. Okay, we did Jax next. And I just kind of started with the ones I thought would be easier. So, I was like, I've already drawn Jax before, so how hard could it be? And also, his design is not very complicated. No offense. Pomni's design, there's a lot of stripes, there's a lot of colors. Jax, he just wears overalls. I was like, I'm pretty sure I got this one in the bag. And this one, I like 80% got it in the bag. I've drawn Jax enough at this point to like kind of remember like the details of his face and the details kind of his overalls. And at this point I was like, is it just done? Is it already done? So okay, I didn't spend that long on these. I spent an hour on all of them and I drew 8. So that's like not a ton of time for each character, but you know, I wasn't trying to reinvent the wheel here. I like shaded him and stuff. I was like, I know I'm forgetting something, but I couldn't remember what it was, so I just decided that he was done. I made him look eviler. There he is. It's Jax from the Amazing Digital Circus. Yeah, so he wears gloves, and I forgot about that, and I didn't like draw like feet pads or whatever. The main thing I think I forgot was the gloves. Also, I kind of make his ears thicker than they are supposed to be. Okay, then I thought I'd draw Gangle because I thought that would be the other easiest one for you, because her design is really not complicated. Even though I never drew a Gangle full body, I was like, I literally don't think it could be that hard, because it's just like ribbons, and I was like, the ribbons are in the shape of ribs, and then there's ones that are the arms, and then there's ones that are the legs. And I did remember that they have like little ends on them. Okay, so I said I didn't like look at any pictures of the Amazing Digital Circus characters to prepare for this, which is true. I intentionally didn't look at any pictures, but I had just recently watched a video about the hands of Amazing Digital Circus characters, and it had like drawings made by someone who is a much better did much better drawings than are in this video of characters' hands, and I let that guide me, even though I forgot about Jax's gloves. I was like, okay, her ribbons have like little ribbony bits on them. I remember that from the video. You'll see with Ragatha and with Kinger. It really helped me, otherwise I think I cooked. So I was like, dang, she's already done? This is the best and easiest thing I ever did. And it was! She looks great! I mean, she's obviously not that glossy, but I was like, 10 out of 10, would gangle again. Okay, now Zooble. I have drawn Zooble up to, like, the torso, right? So I was like, okay, I don't know what happens at the legs, but I was like, I'm pretty sure I got this. The thing with Zooble, though, is that their character design changes in every episode. Like, different arms, different, like, head attachments, different, like, things on the body, different legs, I'm pretty sure. So I was like, okay. I said, I gotta lock in, because last time, like, I drew Zooble, I was like, light work. This time, all of a sudden, couldn't remember the left eye at all. I just, like, one of the eyes is yellow and has a spiral. The left eye, question mark. I said, I'm just gonna mix together all the designs that I can remember in my head. Some designs, they have a crab hand. Some designs, they have a spatula hand. Okay, and guys, please don't judge me, but I was like, there's something on their chest. And I drew a purple triangle. And I was like, is that offensive? Is this, like, bad? And I looked it up and it's like kind of bad, but it's not that bad. Okay, if it was a pink triangle, let's just say, okay. But anyway, I was doing the best that I could. I was like, I know there's something on the chest and I couldn't remember what it was. And then I knew there was something with the left eye and I couldn't remember what it was, so I just did that. And then I was like, I know that legs are more complicated than this, but I couldn't remember them at all. Also, I was like, the body, I guess, looks like a piece of cheese. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's right, for the body to just look like a piece of cheese. And I remembered that those were the two things I drew in Zooble's head in the past. So I just drew those. I was like, I vaguely remembered that one of the eyes has an eyelash. So here is Zooble's last video. I called them Scooble. Yeah, so the spatula arm is real. I totally didn't remember the wing or, like, all the legs, but I think, like, it was pretty close. Like, it could have been worse. It wasn't great, but it could have been worse. Okay, now I draw Ragatha, and guys... Okay, there's those awesome hands from that video. Okay, I have to be so honest. Ragatha is my favorite character, and when I made my last video, I said, guys, I don't even need to watch Amazing Digital Circus, because I know Jax is going to be my favorite character. Oh my god, I was wrong. Listen. As a lesbian, Ragatha's really out here doing the work for us all. She's so fine. Anyway, she's so me. Okay, here's things I remembered. She has a purple button eye, because in the song, the Smile song that they wrote about Ragatha, she said, like, the purple eye is like a bruise from my mother. And then I was like, she wears a blue dress. And her hair is made of, like, pieces of yarn. And that is literally as far as I got. It's so bad, except for the hands, which are from the video. She doesn't have all her fingers. It's kind of sad. Okay. Let me just say, I was like, the dress must be gingham. It's not. And I was like, there's some element of white in the blue. There's also not. I don't know what I was thinking. Also, I was like, her hair, something about it looks like not feminine enough, but I couldn't figure that out either. And I was like, I guess she wears a white undershirt, even though I didn't even believe that was true, and I drew it on there anyway. And then the shoes, forget about it. I was like lost. And then I was like, she's a doll, so I added these like doll-looking things to it. I was like, this is so offensive of me to not remotely know how to draw my favorite character, but this is not the worst one that is in this video. I mean, this is really inaccurate, but the worst one in the video. Okay, I kind of got the right idea that she has like black shoes, and then I was like, puffy sleeves? Puffy sleeves was seeming right to me, and it is right, but I was still wrong. I was both managed to be right and wrong at the same time, guys. It's amazing. Because there is no undershirt. I don't know why I invented the undershirt. Like, this is really sad. But then I gave her hair, like, more dimension. I think that really helped. And then I added a freaking apron. Because I was like, there's got to be something going on down there. Let me just tell you, it is not an apron. So here's Ragatha if she was like Little House on the Prairie, I guess. Yeah, so I don't really know what I was doing there. I forgot her nose, and then I also forgot, like, the patchworks. And there was white, but it's not, like, a whole undershirt. Like, it's, like, the collar of the dress. But I tried really hard. Okay, then this is Kinger. And you can tell, like, you can kind of low-key tell that I never drew, like, Ragatha or Kinger officially. Like, because I was going to make, like, a set of stickers, and then I ran out of time. And so I didn't have time to draw Ragatha and Kinger, even though they're two of my favorite characters, because I didn't draw them because I said, it's going to be hard. I should just draw Jax for the stickers and characters that are easy, and I have to draw Pomni. But anyway, This is really bad, okay? This is really bad because I know, like, this is not the right chess piece. I'm pretty sure this is the queen, or the castle, or something. It's not the king. But I didn't remember what the king chess piece was supposed to look like, so I just drew that. And that's not what it's supposed to look like. And I knew he has, like, these zebra stripe looking things, but I was like, this does not look right because it looks like he has no chest. And I knew from the hands video that his hands, like, floated, and I knew that his eyes were, like, really big, but I couldn't figure that out. I just couldn't figure it out. And I was like, I'm doing something wrong. Like, I knew when I was drawing this that something was wrong. I knew that a lot was wrong, but I did not know enough to fix it. So here's Kinger, but not the king. Yeah, his eyes like come off his head and then the thing meets in the middle, and also it's not even like a zebra print. I don't know where I invented that idea. It's like more of a leopard print thing. At least I got that it was purple and it wasn't the king. Okay, I drew Bubble, and this is probably like one of my stronger designs, okay? I think this one and Gangle were my best too. I don't think that this is perfect by any means, but it's literally like, I hate to say it, Bubble's not very complicated, and also Gangle's not very complicated, and that really helped me out. I was like, it's a gray bubble, but with like rainbow on it, and has big teeth and has little eyes, and the eyes, I drew them smaller than they're supposed to be. Also, I didn't like add transparency or whatever, but I knew the Bubble's transparent. Okay, guys? So there's my Bubble with giant teeth. I think this one's actually really cute. Like, I like that a lot. Yay, there's the real Bubble, and I think like mine's not perfect, but it could be a lot worse. As in this next one. Okay, this is the worst one by far. And I knew it was going to be bad, and I didn't even realize how bad it was going to be. So I just can't remember what Kane looks like in my head. I totally understand. I'm like, yep, he's a giant mouth with teeth, yep, and he has this top hat, and then everything else just falls out of my brain. So I was like, I don't understand how this mouth is supposed to work at all. Okay, guys, he's like a wind-up clicky teeth thing. Nope. I decided for some reason to draw a realistic mouth with like, you'll see later. And I was like, he wears a suit. But I was like, I don't understand what kind of suit. And I drew it as black. And guys, it's not black. He looks so scary and awful here. This is not the first time I tried to draw Kane from memory. I also did it like, I was doing a little doodle with my sister and my friend. And I was like, yep, I'll draw Kane. And wow, everybody made fun of me then. And it's only gotten worse. I was like, he's gotta wear some sort of tie, a bow tie, or like a normal tie. I was like, I knew there should be more red, but I was like, the whole mouth is red, so I was confused. And then also, I was like, what color are his hands? Doesn't he have hands? But what color are they? Like, he's not Caucasian, but he's also not like white, like Pomni. Something was not clicking for me with this. You guys are gonna make fun of me. You're gonna comment like, screaming emoji because it's so scary looking. I was like, I don't know, he could have brown shoes. Like, I knew this was wrong, okay? I knew 100% that this was wrong, but I had no idea how to make it better. Here's where I give him like realistic looking flesh, not even realistic, like semi-awful flesh monster. If this was Kane, guys, I'd be like, okay, I'm ready to die. I drew a tongue. I don't know. I really don't know what was happening here. I thought I said maybe the top hat needs to be smaller, and it just looks worse. And the eyes, like, I forgot that people have colored eyes. After Pomni, nobody had colored eyes again. I don't know why I did that. Well, I drew Zubal's eye. Okay, it's Kane, the Amazing Digital Circus, and you should trust him. Bruh. Yeah, that's a ringleader outfit, and okay, time to meet the cast of the Amazing Digital Circus. Are you ready? It's so bad, but guys, I had a lot of fun making this. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Comment what I should draw from memory next, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.